Hello and Assalamu Alaikum. You are watching Lahore Museum Digital. I am Ufaira Faz. Let's welcome our guest, Dr. Jason. He is Associate Professor from Canada. Jason, how are you?
I'm very well.
Have you ever been to Lahore before?
Yes, I've been here to Lahore many times.
Okay. So, are you familiar with Urdu language?
थोड़ी बहुत उर्दू आती
थोड़ा आता है आपको?
जी हाँ.
Let's talk about our culture, museum. So can you please tell how do museum contributes in culture understanding between the country or across the globe?
Yeah, so I think museums have much to contribute to cross-cultural understandings, not only locally here in Lahore, but also for visitors who are coming to Pakistan and want to know something about not only the culture today, but cultures of the past as well.
How do you see the role of Lahore Museum, especially in showcasing the Gandhara spiritual legacy?
So Lahore Museum has one of the best collections of Gandharan artifacts in the world. I think that second only to the Peshawar Museum's holdings, the Lahore Museums are the best. And what you see on display here is only a small part of what the museum has to offer.
Okay. What impact does Gandhara tourism have on interfaith harmony and cultural understanding?
So I think that tourism to Gandhara has the potential to foster ties across many countries, especially in Asia, with large Buddhist populations who may want to visit the sites of ancient Gandhara in person. So for example, the Sikri Stupa here would reenact the life story of the Buddha and the encounters that took place in the previous lives of the Buddha here in Gandhara. So I think that visiting the Lahore Museum is an essential part of any kind of journey that religious tourists may undertake.
So as your study is all about religion and culture, basically in South Asia, so I just want to ask, why is it important to preserve and study, especially Buddhism?
So the study of Buddhism has much to tell us about not only what was happening in the past in this region of the world, in terms of the kinds of links that were established not only with ancient India, but also with ancient Central Asia, and how you can understand the movement not only of a people, but the ideas that they brought with them along the ancient routes that connected Gandhara with the Silk routes of Central Asia and ultimately with China as well. So I think these kinds of ancient interconnectivities between cultures are something that we see happening today, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to understand each other just because we're linked. So Buddhism was a system of thought, a system of practice, a system of belief that translated well across different cultures of Asia. And that's also happening today as Buddhist ideas and practices like meditation are appealing to various people around the world, not only in Asia, but also in Europe, in America, in Africa, South America, that these issues of cultural translatability developed here in Gandhara, because in many ways Gandhara was a meeting point between South Asia, Central Asia, and also the Mediterranean world. So the kinds of forms of art that were kind of combined together in Gandhara in a kind of hybrid format are happening at much more rapid paces today, but you can see evidence of how that happened in the ancient world here in Gandhara.
Okay, so what's your take on Pakistani government promoting tourism and tourists?
I think it's quite assuring that a Muslim country like Pakistan take an interest in other religious cultures that aren't necessarily seen from the outside as being part of Pakistan's cultural heritage. But here in Pakistan, you can say that there's no resistance to doing that.
Okay. So in last, I would like to ask if you could take one cultural aspect from Pakistan back to your country, Canada, what it would be?
Yeah, so I think in Canada, there are many immigrants who come from Pakistan and Afghanistan and also from South Asia in general. But in Canada, there's not necessarily a deep understanding of the cultural values and impacts that South Asia, including Pakistan, has had. For instance, many in Canada are completely unaware that a Buddhist culture, not only the material culture, but also the literary culture, which produced an emerging corpus of Buddhist manuscripts, once flourished on the borders between Pakistan and Afghanistan.
And last, I would like to ask, is there any favorite artifact of you here in Lahore Museum?
It's hard to say what my favorite artifact would be. I think the Sikri Stupa, which is a kind of reconstruction in terms of the order of the life story of the Buddha, beginning with number 1 on the, I'm not sure if that can be seen by viewers, but that would be probably one of my favorite visual narratives that are depicted here in the Lahore Museum. I also like many of the depictions on display from previous life stories of the Buddha as well, the so-called Jatakas.
Thank you so much, Jason, for your time. Last में कुछ उर्दू में आप हमारे viewers को कहना चाहेंगे? Is there anything you want to say?
So, आपका कोई उर्दू की सवाल है?
उर्दू का मेरा आपसे ये सवाल है कि पाकिस्तान का सबसे अच्छा खाना क्या लगता है आपको?
So Pakistani खाना, बहुत अच्छा लगता है. सिर्फ एक खाना कहना मुश्किल है.
एक खाना कहना मुश्किल है. अच्छा, आपने गोलगप्पे खाए हैं?
नहीं, गोलगप्पे यानी that's kind of
पानी पूरी.
पानी पूरी नहीं पसंद है.
नहीं पसंद आपको पानी पूरी?
क्योंकि पानी मेरे पेट के लिए इतना अच्छा नहीं है. लेकिन मांस बहुत पसंद है.
चिकन?
नहीं, मांस,
चिकन, मटन,
बकरी वगैरह, कोई भी. एक खाना मुझे पसंद है. So लाहौर में या एक तरह का मछली है, रूही.
राहू मछली.
राहू मछली. ये मेरा मनपसंद मछली था.
जबरदस्त. तो नेक्स्ट टाइम आप जब भी आएंगे ना, हम आपको राहू मछली खिलाएंगे.
जरूर.
Done? Thank you so much, Jason, for your time. It's lovely talking to you.
Lovely talking with you too.
Same here. Thank you so much, viewers. Keep watching Lahore Museum Digital. Until next time, keep exploring history, culture, and heritage.